Subscribe right now and tap the thumbs up. It takes 1 second, and it is the single best way to help this channel grow so I can keep making content like this for free. Today we are going to look at the real 2026 numbers from Apple, from Business of Apps, from the Federal Reserve, and from Apple's own newsroom. And we are going to explain exactly why experienced senior iOS engineers are leaving big tech on purpose and building independent products. Let us get into it. Let us start with the iOS job market in 2026. The Federal Reserve Economic Data System, which tracks job postings directly from Indeed, shows that software development job postings in the United States are at their lowest point in 5 years, down more than 33% from the 2020 baseline. iOS-specific roles, which track alongside general mobile development, saw some of the steepest declines in the entire tech hiring data set. This is a structural shift, not a temporary dip. And one of the central reasons is something Apple itself shipped. In February 2026, Apple introduced agentic coding in Xcode 26.3. On February 26, 2026, Apple published an official newsroom announcement introducing agentic coding in Xcode 26.3. This is not a third-party plugin or a workaround. This is Apple's official IDE, now natively integrating Anthropic's Claude agent and OpenAI's Codex directly into the development lifecycle. According to Apple's Vice President of Worldwide Developer Relations, Susan Prescott, agentic coding supercharges productivity and creativity, streamlining the development workflow so developers can focus on innovation. Apple's own newsroom describes what these agents can now do inside Xcode: search documentation, explore file structures, update project settings, and verify their work visually by capturing Xcode previews and iterating through builds and fixes. Think carefully about what this means for team structure. A senior iOS engineer who understands clean architecture, TCA, or MVVM, who knows how to write proper SwiftConcurrency with actors and async await, who can profile with instruments and catch memory issues before they ship. That engineer is now the architect and the reviewer. The agent handles the scaffolding, the boilerplate, the XC test suite. One engineer moves at the speed that used to require a team. Companies have already recalculated how many iOS engineers they need. That is the primary driver of the job market contraction. And it is also the primary reason why going independent is now more viable than it has ever been. Now, here is where the data tells a different story from what you might expect. Because while the corporate iOS job market is contracting, the App Store itself is breaking records in 2026. On January 12, 2026, Apple published its official year-in review for Apple services. The App Store saw over 850 million average weekly users globally in 2025 across 175 countries, a new record. Developers have collectively earned over $550 billion on the platform since 2008. App Store consumer spending reached $117.6 billion in 2025, a 13.6% increase. And for the first time ever, non-game apps overtook games in total consumer spending on iOS. Business of Apps data confirms that iOS is responsible for 70% of all app consumer spending globally. If you are building independently, this is where the monetization math works best. The corporate opportunity shrank. The independent opportunity grew. Experienced senior engineers now have less standing between them and a shipped product than ever before. If this gave you something real to think about, tap the thumbs up. Subscribe to Code Hero for deep dives on Xcode 26.3 and SwiftUI architecture. I will see you in the next one.